Butler, you're being warned of criminal trespass for this property.
Shut the fuck up, Moody.
Sir.
Shut the fuck up. Blah, 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 blah. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say.
Do you want to sign your
Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. Nobody asked me to leave. So shut the fuck up. You're like a fool. You know that?
So even though you
Up. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. Blah, 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 blah. All that cops playing. I don't want to hear none of that bullshit. Blah, 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 blah. Shut Have a good night. Blah, 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 blah. Don't fucking beat your wife. Don't violate rights. Blah, blah, blah. Shut the up and go do your job. Walk of shame. Clown tried to give me a trespass warning. Shut your dumb ass up, Moody. You look like a fool right now.
What happens when a citizen knows the law better than the officer sent to enforce it? In Killeen, Texas, a police response spirals into a full-blown verbal battle when Officer Moody, badge number 464, attempts to issue a criminal trespass warning to a man named Mr. Butler, despite no one asking him to leave. This 45-second escalation captures the peak of tension as Butler refuses to provide ID, demands a supervisor, and delivers a relentless verbal rebuke that leaves the officer silenced. Was this lawful resistance or just reckless defiance? Let us know what you think. You're watching ID Refusal Rights, and credit goes to the original channel No Question Abaudit. Follow and support their powerful content.
What happened?
I'm not sure.
Why take the picture?
What you mean?
Without permission, he don't need it. He don't need it.
What's the problem?
Yes, I'm the manager. I'm just asking you.
Oh,
I'm the manager.
okay.
So why you just take the picture without my permission? You know, any happen?
Do I need your permission?
No, I'm just asking you. Who is this?
Who is what?
You.
Who am I?
Yeah.
Why are you asking?
Because of he say the cops. Then I'm not gonna say nothing. You know what I'm trying to say?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
No. Either the cops, then that's fine. What you gonna do? You know what I'm trying to say? Sometimes, public, customer gonna do this stuff, and they give you the hard time for us. You know what I'm trying to say?
You mean like the police?
No. Sometimes police do. That's different, sir. But you work for police? Yeah, yes and no. Yeah, you just only just hang around here and just do this stuff.
Am I obligated to answer any of your questions?
Okay. I'm gonna call you.
Officer Moody and Killeen PD respond to a vague disturbance call, but neither the officers nor staff can clarify the nature of the complaint. Mr. Butler, filming under his First Amendment right, asks direct questions and refuses to answer vague or personal inquiries. There's no visible crime scene, no complainant, and no request to vacate. This is not a Terry stop, and under Fourth Amendment protections, he has no legal obligation to identify himself. The officer's presence lacks reasonable suspicion, making any attempt to elicit ID potentially unlawful. Mr. Butler asserts his rights without escalating the situation, showing how knowledge of the law is power.
The government vehicles. Look at his asshole. Look at his ass.
Okay, this guy take my picture. You know what I'm trying to
Do you
say?
want him criminal trespass?
Yes, 100%. Not 100%, 1,000%. Why take my picture?
He said 1,000%.
Sir, can I get your ID?
For what?
You're criminal trespass.
Do you know how criminal trespass work, Moody?
Yes, sir.
464? All right, have you been drinking today, Moody? Tell me how does criminal trespass work?
Can you come back to the criminal trespass, Mr. Butler?
Tell me how does criminal trespass work, Moody?
Once you give me your ID, sir, you're going to get a citation saying you're no longer welcome here. When you step back on this property, you're going to be arrested.
Tell me how does criminal trespass work, Moody?
Officer Moody begins escalating the encounter by demanding ID and threatening criminal trespass, even though Mr. Butler has not been asked to leave by any property owner. The interaction starts with a photo dispute, then shifts into a legal confrontation. Under Texas Penal Code, Section 30.05, criminal trespass requires notice to leave or physical signage. None are present. Mr. Butler repeatedly asks Moody to explain the law, but the officer offers no clear justification, raising concerns of police misconduct and unlawful ID demands. The Fourth Amendment protects against unjustified seizures, and there is no reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime.
Are you familiar with the law, Moody?
Mr. Butler.
Get your supervisor down here before you make a big mistake, Moody.
Mr. Butler, your ID, please, sir.
Make a big mistake, Moody. Get your supervisor down here. I advise you to get your supervisor before you make a big mistake. How does trespassing law work, Moody?
You tell me, sir.
You tell me. You the law enforcement.
You're about to find out.
All right, let's find out then.
3464. Need a supervisor around as well.
Let me get your ID.
You have it on my shirt, sir.
Who are you?
You have it on my shirt, sir.
I need your ID. Your policy says you're supposed to produce an identification, your police identification upon request. Let me see your ID, Moody.
Sir, it's on my chest.
How do I know who you are, who you say you are?
You dealt with me before, Mr. Butler.
All right, so you failing to identify yourself?
No, sir. Moody, 464.
That's not, I need your ID with your card.
I need your ID.
All right,
So the manager wants a criminal trespass. He's going to give ID.
nobody asked me to leave. Do you know how criminal trespass work, Moody? Do you know how criminal trespass work, Moody?
Yes, sir. Do you know how criminal trespass works?
You obviously don't, because you're trying to force me to give you my ID and not having broken any laws.
Sir.
How does criminal trespass work, Moody 464?
You want?
Can I get your name and badge number?
Copy 501.
Thank you for your professionalism.
Mr. Butler confronts Officer Moody, badge 464, in a direct standoff, repeatedly demanding a supervisor and citing departmental policy requiring officers to identify themselves upon request. Moody refuses, violating police accountability standards and triggering questions of misconduct. Butler invokes his rights and challenges the basis of the criminal trespass warning, citing the lack of a verbal request to leave by any owner. Under Texas Penal Code Section 30.05 and absent reasonable suspicion, the Fourth Amendment protects him from ID demands. Moody's refusal to ID himself and failure to articulate the law confirms a serious breakdown in lawful procedure. The power struggle reflects a deeper tension between citizen oversight and abuse of authority.
Mr. Butler, you're being warned of criminal trespass. This property.
Shut the f up, Moody.
Sir,
Shut the f up. Blah, 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 blah. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say.
do you want to sign your
Shut the f up. Shut the f up. Shut the f up. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. Nobody asked me to leave. So shut the f up.
Sir, here's your copy. Mr. Mr. Butler.
You look like a fucking fool right now.
Kevin Butler, you can take your copy, please. Okay, sir. Come back on
You look like a fucking fool. You know that? Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear nothing you gotta say. Blah, 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 blah. All that cops playing. I don't want to hear none of that bullshit. Blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up. Have a good night. Blah, 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 blah. Don't beat your wife. Don't violate rights. Blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up and go do your job. Walk of shame. Fucking clown tried to give me a trespass warning. Shut your dumb ass up, Moody. You look like a fucking fool right now.
The encounter between Mr. Butler and Officer Moody highlights why ID refusal knowledge matters. Moody's insistence on obtaining ID without clear legal grounds earns a performance grade of D, reflecting poor adherence to Texas Section 30.05 and Basic Identification Policy. Butler, despite strong language, correctly asserts his ID refusal rights and therefore earns a B for lawful resistance. Viewers should remember that lawful ID refusal requires calm behavior, recording, and stating clear legal questions. Follow ID refusal rights and support the original channel, No Question Abaudit, to strengthen public understanding of the law.
Can you state your name and badge number for the record?
My name's Sergeant Doherty and my badge number is 321. How can I help you tonight, Mr. Butler?
And you're our Officer Moody's supervisor?
I am one of your supervisors, yes, sir.
Can you tell me why was he trying to give me a trespass warning?
I don't know the specific details.
Well, he's right over there. Can you go ask him?
If it's based on the business owner requesting that you be warned of criminal trespass, he can warn you of criminal trespass at the request of the business.
Even though nobody asked me to leave?
Okay. The business owner can request anybody, can authorize anybody to ask you. They have the authority to do that.
Okay. Okay, so why was he trying to give me a physical paperwork?
That's just so you have for your documentation, you are tracking that.
And so what does that warning means?
It means that you're no longer allowed to come back to this property. If you come back to this property, then you'll go ahead and charged with criminal trespass on the property.
Okay. And you are Moody's direct supervisor, right?
I'm one of his direct supervisors, yes, sir.
Okay, who's the watch commander tonight?
The lieutenant is going to be Lieutenant De La Cruz.
De La Cruz? Okay. All right, that is all.
All right, sir. Did you need a copy of that warning?
I don't need shit.
All right, sir. Try to have a better night, all right, Mr. Butler?
I'm having a great night. Thank you for respecting my rights and not violating.